Captain Elena Ramirez stood on the observation deck of Luna Prime, her gaze fixed on the sprawling expanse of the colony below. The colony, nestled on the rugged terrain of a newly colonized moon, thrived under the protective dome that shielded it from the harsh extraterrestrial environment. Towering structures of gleaming steel and glass housed research laboratories, living quarters, and bustling marketplaces, where humans from diverse backgrounds converged. The hum of daily activity resonated through the air, a testament to humanity's resilience and ingenuity in establishing a foothold beyond Earth. Elena's thoughts lingered on the past, memories of the Xarathian invasion replaying in her mind like a haunting echo. Her homeworld had been ravaged, its skies darkened by the relentless assault of the Xarathians, a species driven by their insatiable hunger for resources and dominance. The scars of that loss were etched deeply within her, fueling her determination to protect Luna Prime at all costs. The colony's command center buzzed with activity as officers coordinated logistics and responses to the latest reports from the outer sectors. Elena moved with purpose, her presence commanding respect and authority. Her uniform, adorned with the insignia of the Earth Defense Fleet, symbolized her role as a leader entrusted with the safety of her people. She paused before the main console, where a holographic display illuminated the room with data streams and communication channels. "Reports are still coming in from the eastern perimeter," Elena noted, her voice steady, yet edged with concern. The eastern sector was a critical area, housing vital research facilities and communication arrays essential for maintaining contact with Earth and other colonies. Dr. Aisha Khan, the colony's leading scientist, approached with a tablet in hand. Her eyes, usually bright with intellectual curiosity, now reflected a weariness born of sleepless nights and relentless work. "Captain, the energy readings from Sector 7B are fluctuating again," Aisha reported, handing over the tablet. "We've never seen anything like this before. It could be a natural anomaly, but given recent events, we can't rule out sabotage." Elena took the tablet, her mind racing through possible scenarios. Sabotage meant internal threats or advanced alien tactics, both equally perilous. She weighed her options carefully, knowing that any misstep could jeopardize the colony's fragile stability. "Prepare a reconnaissance team," she decided, her tone brooking no argument. "We need to get to the bottom of this before it escalates. Assemble the team and brief them immediately." As Aisha nodded and departed to carry out orders, Elena felt a surge of responsibility. The safety of Luna Prime rested on her shoulders, and she was determined to navigate the challenges ahead with unwavering resolve. Meanwhile, within the colony's civilian sectors, life continued despite the underlying tension. Children played. In designated safe zones, their laughter a stark contrast to the looming threats. Market vendors hawked goods, and families gathered for communal meals, finding solace in routine amidst uncertainty. Lieutenant Marcus Lee, Elena's second-in-command, walked alongside her as they made their way through the command center. His demeanor was calm, a stark contrast to Elena's steely determination. Marcus harbored a deep-seated belief in diplomacy and peace, often finding himself at odds with the more militaristic approaches favored by the fleet. "We need to consider the possibility that the Xarathians have evolved their tactics," Marcus mused, his eyes scanning the data streams on the console. "If they're targeting our energy grids, they're aiming to cripple our infrastructure without direct confrontation." Elena nodded thoughtfully. "That's a valid point, but it also means we need to be proactive in our defenses. Relying solely on retaliation won't stabilize the situation." Their conversation was interrupted by an urgent alert. The screen flashed with incoming communications from an outpost on the edge of the colony's territory. Elena and Marcus exchanged a glance, the gravity of the situation evident in their expressions. "An outpost is reporting a full-scale attack," Elena stated, her voice firm. "Deploy the fleet immediately. I want full defensive protocols activated." Marcus moved swiftly to relay orders, his efficiency a testament to his training and commitment. Elena took a deep breath, steeling herself for the impending conflict. The air was thick with anticipation, every second stretching into an eternity. As preparations were made, outside the dome the night sky remained deceptively serene. Stars twinkled in the vast expanse, unaware of the turmoil unfolding below. The tranquility was shattered as flashes of light pierced the darkness, signaling the arrival of the Xarathian fleet. Their ships, sleek and menacing, descended upon Luna Prime with calculated precision, unleashing a barrage of energy weapons that illuminated the night with deadly brilliance. The colony erupted into chaos as alarms blared and automated defenses sprang to life. Elena stood at the forefront, her mind sharp and focused despite the tumult around her. She had trained for this moment, yet the reality of facing the invaders was both thrilling and terrifying. "Hold the line," she commanded, her voice cutting through the din. "We're not giving up without a fight." The human defense ships engaged the Xarathian vessels in a fierce battle, energy blasts crisscrossing the sky as strategies clashed in a deadly dance. Luna Prime's inhabitants watched in a mix of fear and hope, their lives hanging in the balance as the two forces collided. In the midst of the turmoil, Ambassador Xarthak, a Xarathian envoy seeking peace, attempted to mediate. His presence was a beacon of potential understanding amidst the hostility, but mistrust ran deep on both sides. Elena couldn't afford distractions, yet the possibility of a peaceful resolution lingered in the back of her mind, a fleeting hope, in the chaos of war. As the battle raged on, Elena felt the weight of her responsibilities more acutely than ever. The fate of Luna Prime, and perhaps humanity itself, hinged on her decisions. Every choice she made was a step toward either salvation or destruction, a dangerous tightrope walk between survival and the ethical boundaries she vowed never to cross. The initial skirmish was brutal, but the resilience of Luna Prime's defenses began to hold firm against the relentless assault. The Xarathians, though technologically superior, found themselves met with unexpected resistance born of human ingenuity and sheer determination. Elena's heart swelled with pride as her fleet maneuvered with precision, turning the tide against the invaders. Yet beneath the surface of victory, doubts gnawed at her. The cost of defending Luna Prime was mounting, both in lives lost and the moral compromises she was forced to consider. The path forward was fraught with uncertainty, and Elena couldn't shake the feeling that this was only the beginning of a much larger conflict. As the first section drew to a close, the colony stood battered but unbroken, a testament to humanity's enduring spirit. Captain Elena Ramirez surveyed the aftermath with a heavy heart, knowing that the true challenges were yet to come. The invaders had learned that humanity wouldn't yield easily, but the seeds of future confrontations were already being sown in the shadows of Luna Prime's fragile peace. The aftermath of the initial assault left Luna Prime scarred, but resolute. Smoke billowed from damaged sectors, and the once vibrant marketplaces now echoed with the sounds of reconstruction and whispered fears. Captain Elena Ramirez stood atop the command center balcony, surveying the extent of the devastation. Her mind raced with strategies to counter the relentless Xarathian onslaught, knowing that this skirmish was merely the beginning of a larger conflict. Reports flooded in from various outposts, each detailing breaches and casualties. The Xarathians' attacks were not random. They were calculated strikes targeting critical infrastructure. Energy grids flickered and failed, communication arrays went silent, and life support systems in several habitats faltered, putting countless lives at risk. The colony's survival hinged on Elena's ability to adapt swiftly to these new threats. Inside the command center, Dr. Aisha Khan pored over the data from Sector 7B. The energy fluctuations remained inconsistent, suggesting a pattern that could be exploited. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Marcus Lee coordinated with engineers to restore the compromised systems, balancing the immediate need for repairs with the imperative to fortify defenses against future assaults. As the colony grappled with the physical damage, a different kind of tension simmered beneath the surface: distrust among the colonists. Rumors of sabotage began to circulate, fueled by the precariousness of their situation. Elena knew that maintaining unity was crucial. Any hint of internal discord could be exploited by the Xarathians to further destabilize Luna Prime. Amidst the chaos, a beacon of unexpected communication flickered to life on the main console. The holographic image of Ambassador Xarthak materialized, his presence both unsettling and intriguing. Unlike the imposing bulk of the Xarathian warships, Xarthak appeared more humanoid, his features a blend of alien and familiar traits. His eyes, though alien in hue, conveyed a depth of emotion that resonated with the humans observing him. "We seek parley," Xarthak announced, his voice steady and surprisingly articulate. "There is much we can discuss to prevent further bloodshed." Elena exchanged a glance with Marcus, her instincts torn between skepticism and the faint hope of diplomacy. The memory of her destroyed homeworld fueled her distrust, yet the desperation of her people left her with few alternatives. "Why should we believe you?" Elena responded cautiously. "Your fleet attacked us without warning. What is your true intent?" Xarthak's expression remained impassive. "Our actions were driven by necessity. The elements you possess are critical to our survival. We did not wish to engage in prolonged conflict." Elena's mind raced. If the ambassador spoke the truth, there might be a chance to negotiate. However, she couldn't ignore the immediate threats looming over Luna Prime. "Propose your terms," she demanded, "but understand that any betrayal will be met with full force." As the conversation unfolded, it became clear that the Xarathians were not a monolithic, emotionless horde, but a civilization grappling with its own survival challenges. Xarthak spoke of a dying planet, ecological collapse, and the desperate measures taken to secure resources. The revelation painted a more complex picture of the invaders, one not easily dismissed or vilified. Back in the command center, Dr. Khan made a breakthrough. "Captain, I believe we've identified a pattern in their energy fluctuations. It could lead us to their primary energy source." Elena felt a spark of determination. "Good work, Aisha. Coordinate with Lieutenant Lee. If we can locate and neutralize their energy reserves, we might be able to turn the tide." As plans for a counteroffensive took shape, tensions within the colony escalated. Some advocated for immediate retaliation, while others, inspired by Xarthak's plea for peace, pushed for diplomatic negotiations. The conflicting voices highlighted the moral complexity of their situation, forcing Elena to navigate not only external threats but also internal divisions. Lieutenant Lee approached Elena with a grave expression. "Captain, the sabotage rumors have merit. There have been unauthorized access attempts in the maintenance hubs. We need to tighten security immediately." Elena nodded, the weight of leadership pressing down on her. "Increase patrols and implement stricter protocols. We can't afford any more vulnerabilities." As the colony fortified itself against both external and internal threats, the Xarathians continued their attempts at communication. Each interaction peeled back another layer of their motivations and the harsh realities driving their actions. Some humans began to question the relentless pursuit of war, contemplating the possibility of coexistence, while others remained steadfast in their belief that humanity's survival demanded unyielding resistance. One evening, as the sun set behind the shattered skyline, Elena found herself alone in her quarters, reflecting on the day's events. The holographic image of Xarthak lingered in her mind, a symbol of the thin line between diplomacy and war. She pondered the ethical dilemmas that now defined her leadership. Should she extend trust to an enemy desperately seeking aid, or remain guarded, prioritizing the immediate safety of her people over tentative peace? Her thoughts were interrupted by a report from Aisha. "Captain, we've triangulated the energy source. It's located on the far side of the moon, within what was once the agricultural zone. It's heavily guarded, but I believe we can infiltrate it with minimal losses." Elena felt a surge of hope. "Prepare the mission team, we move at first light." As dawn broke, casting a crimson hue over Luna Prime, the reconnaissance team assembled under the cover of darkness. Equipped with advanced stealth technology and guided by Aisha's analysis, they embarked on their perilous mission to disable the Xarathian energy source. The journey across the moon's rugged terrain was fraught with danger, the remnants of previous skirmishes serving as constant reminders of the stakes at hand. Upon reaching the target, the team encountered unexpected resistance. Xarathian drones, more sophisticated and numerous than anticipated, emerged from the shadows, engaging the humans in a fierce battle. The team's training and Elena's strategic planning were put to the test as they fought to secure the facility. Kankir. The heat of the confrontation, Elena witnessed firsthand the human capacity for ingenuity and bravery. The team's swift adaptation to the Xarathians' tactics and their unwavering determination to succeed exemplified the resilience that defined humanity. Despite heavy losses, their efforts culminated in the successful neutralization of the energy source, crippling a significant portion of the Xarathian fleet's operational capabilities. However, victory came at a steep price. Among the fallen was Lieutenant Lee, whose sacrifice ensured the mission's success. As Elena stood over his fallen form, the reality of war's personal toll weighed heavily on her. The loss underscored the moral ambiguities of their struggle. Each life lost was a reminder of the cost of survival and the fine line between heroism and necessity. Returning to Luna Prime, the reconnaissance team was met with a mixture of relief and sorrow. The colony celebrated their success, but the shadows of grief and doubt lingered. Ambassador Xarthak reappeared, his presence now more conciliatory. "You have demonstrated both your strength and your capacity for strategic thinking," Xarthak acknowledged. "There is merit in collaboration. Let us discuss a path forward that ensures the survival of both our peoples." Elena felt a flicker of hope, tempered by the knowledge of the sacrifices made. The pathway to peace was fraught with challenges, but the initial steps towards understanding and cooperation offered a glimmer of a future where humanity's resilience could forge alliances rather than perpetuate conflict. As the sun set once more over Luna Prime, the colony stood united in its resolve to navigate the complexities of war and diplomacy. The invaders had learned that humanity was not to be underestimated, and the seeds of a fragile alliance began to take root amidst the ruins, a testament to the indomitable spirit that defined humanity's enduring quest for survival and understanding. Days turned into weeks as Luna Prime grappled with the aftermath of the initial Xarathian assault. The once pristine environment now bore the marks of sustained conflict. Scorched buildings, shattered infrastructure, and areas where the colony's lifeline had been ruthlessly severed. Captain Elena Ramirez stood at the forefront of this struggle, her determination unwavering despite the mounting challenges. The colony's resilience was being tested on multiple fronts, each new obstacle more daunting than the last. The discovery of the Xarathian energy source had provided a glimmer of hope, but it also revealed the depth of the invaders' strategic planning. Dr. Aisha Khan delved deeper into the data, uncovering a network of hidden energy reserves spread across Luna Prime. These reserves were the backbone of the Xarathian fleet's operations, and neutralizing them could tilt the balance in humanity's favor. However, each potential target came with its own set of risks and moral dilemmas. As Aisha worked tirelessly in the lab, Lieutenant Marcus Lee found himself increasingly torn between his duty and his pacifist beliefs. The loss of his closest friends in the initial attacks had left scars that no amount of training could heal. Marcus advocated for a more measured approach, emphasizing the importance of minimizing casualties and exploring every possible avenue for peace. His stance often put him at odds with Elena, whose leadership was defined by her unwavering commitment to defending her people at all costs. The colony's council meetings became battlegrounds of their own, with factions emerging between those who supported aggressive counteroffensives and those who leaned towards diplomatic solutions. Elena navigated these internal conflicts with the same strategic mind she employed against the Xarathians, striving to maintain unity among her people. She understood that internal discord could be as perilous as the external threat, potentially allowing the Xarathians to exploit any weakness. Amidst the political tensions, the Xarathians escalated their attacks. New wave after wave of assault struck different sectors, each more devastating than the last. Bioweapons were deployed, targeting human genetic markers and causing widespread panic and loss. Entire families were wiped out in moments, their lives extinguished by invisible, insidious threats. The psychological toll on the colonists was immense, as fear and despair began to erode the once unbreakable spirit of Luna Prime. Elena convened a meeting with her closest advisors, including Dr. Khan and Lieutenant Lee, to address the escalating crisis. The holographic display in the command center flickered with real-time data from the front lines, highlighting areas under siege and resources dwindling. Aisha presented her latest findings, revealing patterns in the bioweapon attacks that suggested a possible countermeasure. If we can understand the genetic triggers, she explained, we might be able to develop a vaccine or at least mitigate the effects. Marcus, however, raised concerns about the ethical implications of their response. We're not just fighting invaders. We're dealing with a sentient species struggling to survive. There has to be a way to negotiate, to find common ground, before we unleash more destruction. Elena listened intently, the weight of leadership pressing down on her. We don't have the luxury of time, Marcus. Every moment we hesitate costs lives. But I agree that we need to explore every possible avenue. Aisha, prioritize the vaccine project. If there's a chance to save lives without further bloodshed, we must take it. As the team dispersed to carry out their tasks, Elena retreated to her private quarters. The burden of her decisions heavy on her shoulders, the night offered little solace, her mind racing with strategies and the ethical boundaries she was pushing in her quest to protect Luna Prime. She pondered the fragility of peace and the ever-present shadow of war, contemplating the true cost of survival. Meanwhile, Ambassador Xarthak continued his relentless pursuit of diplomacy, attempting to bridge the chasm of mistrust between humans and Xarathians. His visits to the command center became more frequent, each interaction revealing layers of complexity in the Xarathian society that Elena had never anticipated. Xarthak spoke of a dying world, ravaged by its own misuse of resources, mirroring humanity's own environmental struggles. His earnest attempts at finding a peaceful resolution were met with skepticism and resentment by many colonists, who saw him only as a representative of their enemy. Despite the overarching hostility, some Xarathians began to question the necessity of continual warfare. Ambassador Xarthak worked tirelessly to garner support for peace within his own ranks, advocating for coexistence and mutual respect. His efforts were met with resistance from hardline factions who believed that absolute domination was the only path to securing their survival. This internal discord among the Xarathians added another layer of tension, hinting at the possibility of divisions that humanity could exploit to their advantage. Elena's efforts to maintain order were further complicated by the sabotage rumors that Lieutenant Lee had uncovered. Unauthorized access attempts in maintenance hubs indicated that there might be traitors within the colony, either collaborating with the Xarathians or acting out of desperation and fear. The paranoia this fostered was palpable, as trust became a scarce commodity in the face of relentless adversity. Elena had to balance the need for heightened security with the risk of alienating the very people she was trying to protect, knowing that paranoia could erode the foundation of their community. In the midst of these mounting pressures, a breakthrough emerged from Dr. Khan's research. She developed a preliminary formula for the vaccine, demonstrating its potential effectiveness against the bioweapons. The news ignited a surge of hope throughout Luna Prime, revitalizing the colonists' spirits. However, the development process revealed unforeseen complications, side effects that could potentially harm rather than help the recipients. The ethical dilemma of testing the vaccine on a desperate population weighed heavily on Elena, who faced the prospect of sacrificing some lives in the hope of saving many more. As Aisha and her team worked around the clock, Elena sought counsel from an unexpected source, Ambassador Xarthak. Despite the prevailing tensions, their shared goal of survival created a tenuous bond between them. During a clandestine meeting, Xarthak offered information about possible Xarathian weaknesses that could be exploited to gain a strategic advantage. There are factions within our society that oppose the war, he revealed. If we can identify and support them, we might be able to weaken the invaders from within. Elena weighed this proposition carefully, recognizing the potential benefits of internal sabotage but also the risks of overextending trust. Your information could be invaluable, she admitted, but we need assurance that this is genuine. Any misstep could lead to catastrophic consequences. Ambassador Xarthak responded with a solemn promise of transparency, pledging to assist in identifying trustworthy factions and providing intel to aid their efforts. The decision to collaborate was fraught with uncertainty, but the dire circumstances left little room for hesitation. Elena authorized the alliance, initiating a covert operation aimed at destabilizing the Xarathian command from the inside. The mission to infiltrate the Xarathian ranks was launched with meticulous precision. A select team of human operatives, trained in espionage and subterfuge, embarked on a perilous journey to gain the trust of the enemy. Their objective was to plant false information, incite dissent, and ultimately weaken the Xarathian hold on Luna Prime. The risks were immense, as discovery would mean certain death and the potential unraveling of the fragile alliance Elena had brokered. Back on Luna Prime, the colony faced mounting challenges. Resource scarcity became a pressing issue as Xarathian forces continued their relentless pursuit of the rare elements essential for their survival. Agricultural zones were raided, mining operations sabotaged, and critical supplies siphoned away. The struggle to sustain life in such harsh conditions tested the limits of human endurance and ingenuity. Elena addressed the colony from the main auditorium, her voice resonating with both authority and empathy. "We are facing unprecedented challenges, but I have unwavering faith in our ability to overcome them. Our strength lies not just in our technology or our defenses, but in our unity and resilience. Together, we will find a way to survive and thrive." Her words inspired a renewed sense of purpose among the colonists, igniting a collective determination to persevere despite the odds stacked against them. Morale was bolstered as new initiatives were launched to enhance self-sufficiency, including hydroponic farming, renewable energy projects, and community-driven defense programs. The spirit of cooperation and mutual support became the cornerstone of Luna Prime's strategy to withstand the Xarathian onslaught. However, the ever-present threat of betrayal and the moral complexities of their actions continued to cast long shadows over the colony. Elena grappled with the ethical implications of her decisions, questioning whether the ends truly justified the means. The line between heroism and necessity blurred as she navigated the treacherous waters of leadership, striving to uphold her principles while ensuring the survival of her people. As the resistance efforts intensified, the Xarathians found themselves facing unexpected setbacks. Internal dissent disrupted their coordinated attacks, and the human operatives sowed seeds of mistrust within their ranks. The enemy's technological superiority was gradually undermined by the unpredictable and adaptive nature of human strategy. Each victory, however small, fueled the colonists' belief that they could indeed stand against the invaders. Amidst the chaos, personal relationships deepened and evolved. Friendships forged in the crucible of war became lifelines, providing emotional support and fostering a sense of camaraderie that transcended cultural and species boundaries. Elena found solace in the unwavering loyalty of her crew, while Marcus's evolving relationship with a fellow officer offered a glimpse of hope and healing amidst the devastation. These human connections highlighted the enduring strength of the human spirit, even in the darkest of times. In the heart of the conflict, a new threat emerged, an enigmatic faction within the Xarathian society that sought to overthrow the oppressive regime driving the invasion. This internal power struggle presented an opportunity for Luna Prime to align with the rebels, leveraging their mutual interests to accelerate the collapse of the invaders' control. Ambassador Xarthak facilitated clandestine meetings between the two factions, laying the groundwork for a potential alliance that could tip the scales in humanity's favor. Elena seized upon this opportunity, orchestrating a series of coordinated strikes that targeted key Xarathian installations aiding the rebels. The collaboration between human and Xarathian defectors created a formidable force, capable of launching decisive attacks that disrupted the invaders' operations and diminished their morale. This strategic partnership exemplified the themes of trust and betrayal, as both sides navigated the complexities of shifting alliances in their quest for survival. As the conflict raged on, the toll on Luna Prime's population became increasingly apparent. The constant state of alert and the relentless pace of warfare strained the mental and physical well-being of the colonists. Elena implemented support systems to address the psychological impacts, recognizing that true resilience required not just physical fortitude but emotional and mental strength as well. Counseling services, community gatherings, and initiatives to preserve cultural heritage provided much-needed outlets for the colonists to cope with the stresses of war. In the midst of these efforts, Aisha's vaccine project reached a critical milestone. Preliminary trials demonstrated promising results, offering a potential lifeline against the bioweapons that had decimated entire communities. The development of the vaccine represented a beacon of hope, symbolizing humanity's capacity for innovation and compassion even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Elena authorized the mass production and distribution of the vaccine, prioritizing the most vulnerable sectors to maximize its impact. However, the rollout of the vaccine was not without controversy. Ethical debates ensued over who would receive the vaccine first, the long-term effects of its deployment, and the potential for unintended consequences. Some colonists expressed concerns about the safety and necessity of the vaccine, while others viewed it as a crucial tool for survival. Elena navigated these contentious discussions with diplomacy and empathy, striving to ensure that the decision-making process was transparent and inclusive. The escalating conflict and the multifaceted challenges it presented forced Elena to evolve as a leader. She became more attuned to the nuanced dynamics of war, balancing strategic imperatives with ethical considerations and the well-being of her people. Her leadership was marked by a willingness to embrace complexity, recognizing that simple solutions were seldom sufficient in the intricate tapestry of interstellar conflict. As the resistance against the Xarathians gained momentum, Luna Prime transformed from a beleaguered colony into a symbol of human resilience and ingenuity. The collaborative efforts between humans and sympathetic Xarathians underscored the potential for unity amidst diversity, showcasing the strength that arises from embracing differences and working towards common goals. This evolving dynamic highlighted the core theme of humanity's adaptability, reinforcing the notion that survival was not just a matter of physical endurance, but also of moral and intellectual fortitude. In the shadows of Luna Prime's fortified defenses and bustling reconstruction efforts, the seeds of a larger revolution were taking root. The combined forces of human ingenuity and Xarathian dissenters created ripples that would eventually disrupt the invaders' hold on their conquests. Elena stood at the helm of this burgeoning resistance, her vision of a united front driving her to push the boundaries of what was possible. The rising conflict had not only tested the colony's resilience, but had also forged new alliances and revealed the depths of humanity's capacity for both destruction and creation. As night fell, over Luna Prime, the colony thrummed with a renewed sense of purpose. Lights flickered in the repaired sectors, and the hum of activity signaled both the ongoing struggle and the unwavering hope that guided the colonists forward. Captain Elena Ramirez gazed out into the star-studded expanse, the weight of her responsibilities tempered by the unwavering spirit of her people. The rising conflict had solidified their resolve, proving that humanity's indomitable will could stand against even the most formidable of adversaries. The path ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but the lessons learned in the crucible of war had forged a community bound by resilience, trust, and the unyielding belief that humanity could not only survive, but also thrive in the face of insurmountable odds. The rising conflict had transformed Luna Prime from a bastion of survival into a beacon of hope, illuminating the enduring strength of the human spirit and the limitless potential that lay within. The crimson dawn cast long shadows over Luna Prime, the first light of day mingling with the remnants of night's turmoil. The colony, still reeling from weeks of relentless conflict, stood on the precipice of a decisive moment. Captain Elena Ramirez surveyed the command center, her eyes fixed on the holographic map that dominated the room. Strategic points marked with Xarathian energy reserves glowed ominously, each one a potential target that could tilt the balance of the ongoing war. The air was thick with anticipation, the weight of impending action pressing down on every colonist present. Elena's mind was a whirlwind of thought, strategies, and ethical dilemmas, The reconnaissance team's successful mission to neutralize the initial energy source had provided a crucial advantage, but it had come at a heartbreaking cost. Lieutenant Marcus Lee's sacrifice was a constant reminder of the personal toll of this conflict. His loss had not only weakened Elena's resolve but had also deepened the moral complexities she faced as a leader. The mission ahead required ingenuity, bravery, and the willingness to make unimaginable sacrifices. Dr. Aisha Khan approached Elena, her expression a blend of urgency and hope. "Captain, we've completed the final calculations. The main energy source is located within the Xarathian mothership orbiting just beyond the asteroid belt. If we can destabilize it, we can cripple their entire fleet." Elena nodded, her determination unwavering. "Prepare the fleet for the assault. This is our chance to end this war once and for all." As preparations commenced, the colony mobilized with unprecedented efficiency. Scientists worked around the clock to refine the weapon designed to infiltrate and destabilize the mothership's core. Engineers fortified the defense systems, anticipating a desperate counterattack from the Xarathians. The once fragmented community now moved as a unified force, bound by the shared goal of survival and the hope of a peaceful future. Ambassador Xarthak had played a pivotal role in this moment, his previously distrusted presence now integral to the coalition. His knowledge of Xarathian technology and internal dynamics provided invaluable insights, bridging the gap between the two civilizations. The uneasy alliance had forged a path forward, but Elena remained vigilant, acutely aware of the delicate trust that held it together. The day of the assault arrived with a tense stillness that belied the chaos unfolding in the control rooms and briefing halls. Captain Ramirez stood alone in her private quarters, the weight of leadership bearing down on her shoulders. She gazed out at the star-studded expanse, the distant Xarathian mothership, a looming specter against the void. The mission was fraught, with risk, each step a potential descent into darkness or a leap toward salvation. As the fleet prepared for departure, Elena addressed her assembled commanders and key personnel. Her voice resonated with authority and empathy, inspiring confidence despite the gravity of the situation. "Today, we take a stand not just for Luna Prime, but for the future of humanity. We face an enemy driven by desperation and survival, much like ourselves. Our objective is clear: neutralize their main energy source and bring an end to this conflict. But remember, our actions define who we are. We fight not out of hatred, but out of necessity. Let's proceed with courage and integrity." The fleet launched into the blackness of space, engines humming with the power of advanced propulsion systems. The human ships, a blend of cutting-edge technology and rugged resilience, navigated towards the asteroid belt with precision. The Xarathian mothership loomed larger with each passing moment, its sleek design a stark contrast to the more utilitarian human vessels. The tension was palpable, every colonist holding their breath as the two forces prepared for a confrontation that would determine the fate of countless lives. Inside the mothership, the Xarathians were equally prepared. General Tharnek, a high-ranking officer known for his ruthless efficiency, oversaw the final defensive measures. His keen intellect and strategic mind had made him a formidable adversary, one who had orchestrated many of the initial assaults on Luna Prime. Tharnek's presence exuded authority, his every move calculated to maximize the Xarathian advantage. Yet, beneath his stern exterior lay a flicker of uncertainty, a recognition that the tide was beginning to turn against his forces. As the human fleet closed in, Elena's fleet unleashed a barrage of energy pulses aimed at the mothership's energy reserves. The Xarathians responded with swift precision, their ships engaging in a deadly dance of offense and defense. Explosions rocked the darkness as energy beams crisscrossed the void, the once silent expanse now alive with the fury of war. The battle was intense, each side leveraging their technological prowess and strategic acumen to gain the upper hand. Amidst the chaos, Elena's flagship carried the specialized vessel designed to infiltrate the Xarathian mothership. It was a sleek, stealth-equipped craft piloted by a select team of operatives, including herself. Their mission was to reach the core, where the primary energy source resided, and deploy the destabilizing weapon that could end the conflict. The journey through the asteroid belt was treacherous, the dense rocks providing both cover and obstacles as they navigated towards their target. Inside the stealth vessel, the crew prepared for the impending assault. Elena stood at the control panel, her fingers deftly adjusting the settings as Dr. Khan monitored the energy fluctuations. "We're approaching the designated coordinates. Initiating cloaking sequence," she announced, her voice calm yet resolute. The vessel slipped into stealth mode, becoming nearly invisible against the backdrop of space. The crew moved with practiced precision, each member focused on their role in the mission. The tension was palpable, the success of their endeavor hinging on flawless execution and unyielding determination. As they neared the mothership, alarms began to blare across the Xarathian vessel. General Tharnek's eyes narrowed as he detected the intrusion. "Locate the intruders," he commanded, his tone cold and unyielding. The Xarathian defenses, activated, deploying drones and automated turrets to fend off the human attackers. The crew fought valiantly, their training and resilience pitted against the superior Xarathian technology. Elena's vessel made its way towards the core chamber, navigating through a labyrinth of corridors and defense systems. The closer they got, the more intense the resistance became. Xarathian drones swarmed the area, relentless in their pursuit. The crew engaged in fierce combat, their ingenuity and adaptability shining through as they overcame each obstacle with resourcefulness and sheer willpower. Reaching the core chamber, Elena faced the final barrier, a heavily fortified door guarded by the most advanced Xarathian defenses. The crew worked in unison, their movements a testament to their unity and shared purpose. With a combination of tactical prowess and sacrificial bravery, they breached the defenses, storming the chamber amidst a hail of energy blasts and destructive force. Inside, the core pulsated with immense energy, its intricate design a marvel of Xarathian engineering. Dr. Khan quickly set up the destabilizing device, her hands steady despite the chaos around her. "This is it," she whispered, her voice tinged with a mixture of fear and determination. "Once we activate this, there's no turning back." As the device powered up, alarms echoed through the chamber, and the Xarathian defenses intensified their assault. General Tharnek entered the room, his presence exuding authority and menace. "You think a mere device can end this war?" He spat, his eyes burning with both fury and desperation. "We fight for our survival just as you do." Elena stepped forward, her gaze meeting Tharnek's with unwavering resolve. "This war has cost us too much, too many lives. It's time for it to end." Tharnek launched a final, desperate attack, but the crew held their ground, their unity proving stronger than the enemy's aggression. As the device reached full capacity, a surge of energy emitted from the core, destabilizing the Xarathian mothership systems. The vessel shuddered, lights flickering as critical systems began to fail. Tharnek staggered, realizing the impending collapse of his forces. "This isn't over," he declared, his voice a mix of anger and resignation. "There are more of us out there. You haven't seen the last of the Xarathians." With those final words, the mothership destabilized further, its structural integrity compromised by the device. The human stealth vessel made a swift exit, racing back through the asteroid belt as the Xarathian vessel began to disintegrate, its looming threat reduced to fragments scattered across the void. The battle's climax had been reached, the central conflict seemingly resolved, but the outcome was anything but straightforward. Back on Luna Prime, the colony awaited the return of the reconnaissance team with bated breath. The moment their ship re-entered the colony's atmosphere, a collective sigh of relief swept through the populace. The mission had been a success, the primary energy source neutralized, crippling the Xarathian fleet and halting their relentless assaults. However, the victory was bittersweet, overshadowed by the immense loss and the lingering moral ambiguities of their actions. Elena disembarked with her crew, greeted by the jubilant yet somber faces of the colonists. The atmosphere was a blend of celebration and mourning, the colony saved but not unscathed. Lieutenant Lee's sacrifice was honored, his memory etched into the collective consciousness of Luna Prime. Dr. Khan's vaccine had saved countless lives, a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. Ambassador Xarthak stood beside Elena, his expression one of cautious optimism. This victory is a testament to what we can achieve when we work together. The war is over, but the path to peace is just beginning. Elena nodded, her thoughts a tumultuous blend of relief and reflection. We've achieved a tactical victory, but the cost was high. We must rebuild, not just our infrastructure but also the trust and relationships that have been strained by this conflict. As celebrations erupted around her, Elena found a quiet moment to reflect on the events that had transpired. The moral complexities of their victory weighed heavily on her, the line between survival and ethical boundaries blurred by the necessity of war. She pondered the future, the fragile peace that now held the promise of a new beginning, yet remained tinged with the scars of past actions. In the aftermath, efforts to rebuild commenced with renewed vigor. The alien technology salvaged from the Xarathian mothership was studied, offering insights that could propel Luna Prime into a new era of technological advancement. Collaborations between humans and the sympathetic Xarathians facilitated the restoration of critical systems and the establishment of a more robust defense network to prevent future threats. Yet the peace was not absolute. The destabilization of the Xarathian mothership had unforeseen consequences. The ecological collapse it caused on their homeworld led to a cascade of environmental disasters, both for the Xarathians and for the regions they had exploited. The liberation of Luna Prime had unintended ramifications, raising ethical questions about the cost of victory and the true nature of survival. Elena convened a council meeting, addressing the colony and their alien allies. We have achieved what many thought impossible, yet we must acknowledge the broader impact of our actions. The Xarathian homeworld is suffering, and we must find a way to assist in their recovery. True victory lies not just in defeating an enemy, but in fostering a future where conflicts no longer necessitate destruction. Ambassador Xarthak stood beside her, a symbol of the fragile alliance they had forged. We, too, seek a path to redemption and sustainability. Let us work together to heal our worlds and prevent such conflicts in the future. The Council agreed, initiating joint efforts to restore the Xarathian environment and rebuild the damaged infrastructure of Luna Prime. The collaboration served as a foundation for a lasting peace, driven by mutual understanding and the lessons learned from the brutal conflict. The seeds of a new alliance were planted, grounded in the shared experiences of war and the collective desire for a better future. However, the victory was not without its lingering shadows. The human operatives embedded within the Xarathian ranks had uncovered deep-seated divisions and resistance within the Invaders' society. While General Tharnek had been defeated, there were factions that remained loyal to his ruthless ideology, unwilling to abandon their pursuit of dominance and survival at any cost. These dissenters posed a potential threat, a reminder that the struggle for peace was an ongoing endeavor fraught with challenges. Elena recognized the need for vigilance, understanding that external threats could emerge from unexpected quarters. She continued to foster the alliance with Xarathak, seeking to identify and support those within the Xarathian society who opposed the war. The path forward required not just military might but also the delicate art of diplomacy and the nurturing of trust between two fundamentally different civilizations. In the quiet moments that followed the storm, Elena found solace in the unity and resilience of her people. The hardships endured had forged a community bound by shared struggle and unwavering determination. Friendships had deepened, relationships evolved, and the colony had emerged stronger and more cohesive in the face of adversity. The indomitable spirit of humanity had proven itself once again, standing firm against insurmountable odds and emerging victorious through ingenuity, courage, and the unbreakable will to survive. As she gazed out at the horizon, the once perceived invincibility of the Xarathians now tempered by the complexities of their existence, Elena acknowledged the moral ambiguities that had defined their journey. Victory had been achieved, but it came with profound lessons about the cost of survival. and the importance of compassion and cooperation in the aftermath of conflict. The clash had tested humanity's limits, revealing both its capacity for destruction and its boundless potential for creation and renewal. The battle for Luna Prime had reached its climax, a turning point that would shape the future of both humans and Xarathians. The resolution was not a simple triumph, but a nuanced outcome that recognized the delicate balance between power and responsibility, survival and ethics. The unexpected twists and moral complexities ensured that the story was far from over, setting the stage for a future where alliances could shift and the true nature of consciousness and coexistence would continue to evolve. As night descended, once more upon Luna Prime, the colony thrummed with the energy of reconstruction and reconciliation. The stars above seemed to shimmer with newfound possibilities, promising a future where humanity's resilience and adaptability could pave the way for a harmonious existence among the cosmos. The climax of their struggle had not only secured their survival but had also ignited a beacon of hope, illuminating the enduring strength and limitless potential that resided within the human spirit. The first rays of sunlight pierced through the dome of Luna Prime, casting warm hues over the colony's restored sectors. The air, once thick with the acrid scent of smoke and burning energy, now carried the subtle fragrance of blooming hydroponic gardens. The aftermath of the climactic battle was evident in every corner of the colony, a testament to both the devastation endured and the resilience that fueled its recovery. Captain Elena Ramirez walked through the bustling streets of the central hub, her presence a steady anchor amidst the whirlwind of reconstruction. The damaged buildings were being repaired with a coordinated efficiency, engineers and laborers working side by side to restore what had been lost. The hum of machinery and the clinking of tools created a rhythm of rebuilding, each sound a step towards reclaiming their normalcy. Standing beside her was Ambassador Xarathian, his posture reflecting a cautious optimism. The alliance between humans and sympathetic Xarathians had proven instrumental in their recent victory, yet the path forward remained fraught with challenges. Together, they oversaw the integration of alien technology salvaged from the mothership, a blend of human ingenuity and Xarathian craftsmanship that promised to elevate the colony's defenses and infrastructure. Dr. Aisha Khan approached, her expression a mix of relief and determination. The vaccine project, once a beacon of hope amidst the bioweapon attacks, had reached a critical milestone. "The vaccine is ready for mass production," she reported, holding up a vial filled with a luminescent liquid. "Initial trials show a 95% effectiveness rate with minimal side effects." Elena nodded, gratitude evident in her eyes. "This will save countless lives. Ensure that the production lines are fully operational by tomorrow. We need to distribute it to all affected sectors without delay." As Aisha departed to oversee the rollout, Lieutenant Marcus Lee's name was no longer spoken aloud. His sacrifice, honored in every heart and memory. A memorial had been erected in the central plaza, a tribute to his bravery and the ultimate price he paid for Luna Prime's survival. Flowers and tokens of respect adorned the monument, a silent reminder of the personal costs of war. The colony's council convened in the main auditorium, a mixture of humans and Xarathians, seated together in a spirit of unity. Elena stood before them, her voice steady and resolute. "We have achieved a significant victory, but our work is far from over. The Xarathian mothership is no longer a threat, but we must address the broader consequences of our actions." Ambassador Xarathian stepped forward, his presence commanding yet empathetic. "The destabilization of our mothership has had dire repercussions on our homeworld. Our planet is experiencing severe ecological collapse and many lives have been lost. We seek your assistance in rebuilding and restoring the balance." Elena considered his words, the weight of responsibility heavy upon her. "Humanity has faced its share of environmental challenges. We understand the importance of sustainability and preservation. We are willing to collaborate on joint efforts to aid in the recovery of your homeworld." The audience murmured with cautious approval, the seeds of cooperation beginning to take root. Dr. Khan's vaccine was distributed efficiently, and medical teams were established to tend to those affected by the bioweapons. The colony's infrastructure, was fortified with the new Xarathian technology, ensuring that Luna Prime would be better prepared for any future threats. Despite the progress, the shadows of moral ambiguity lingered. The ecological collapse on the Xarathian homeworld raised unsettling questions about the true nature of their victory. Elena walked through the newly repaired sectors, her mind grappling with the ethical implications of their actions. Had they merely shifted the burden from one world to another? The answer was far from clear, and the weight of such decisions pressed heavily on her conscience. Ambassador Xarthak found her in the serene gardens, the vibrant flora a stark contrast to the turmoil they had endured. "Your willingness to help speaks volumes about humanity's character," he remarked, his eyes reflecting a deep sense of sincerity. "Many Xarathians advocate for peace and cooperation. Your actions have given us hope that coexistence is possible." Elena gazed at the horizon, where the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink, symbolizing both the end of a conflict and the dawn of a new beginning. "We've learned that survival isn't just about defeating an enemy. It's about finding ways to rebuild and ensure that such conflicts don't arise again. Our priorities must include not only defense but also diplomacy and sustainable growth." In the weeks that followed, Luna Prime became a hub of interstellar collaboration. Joint projects between humans and Xarathians flourished, fostering a spirit of mutual respect and understanding. Scientific teams worked together to develop technologies that could reverse the ecological damage on Xarathian homeworlds, while engineers shared innovations to enhance the colony's defenses and infrastructure. However, not all challenges had been overcome. Within the Xarathian society, remnants of hardline factions still clung to the ideology that had driven the invasion. These dissenters viewed the alliance with suspicion and resentment, unwilling to abandon their pursuit of dominance and survival by any means. Their presence cast a lingering threat over the fragile peace, a reminder that the wounds of war were not easily healed. Elena convened a meeting with Ambassador Xarthak and key human leaders to address this emerging threat. "We must remain vigilant," she emphasized, her voice firm yet compassionate. "The legacy of this conflict includes not just our victories and losses, but also the underlying tensions that still exist. We need to support factions within your society that seek peace and mutual prosperity." Xarthak nodded, his resolve mirrored in his demeanor. "Agreed. We will identify and support the factions that desire peace, ensuring they have the resources and protection needed to thrive, without resorting to aggression." As efforts to stabilize and grow the colony continued, Elena focused on healing both the physical and emotional scars left by the war. Counseling services were expanded, providing support for those traumatized by the bioweapons and the relentless attacks. Community gatherings and cultural exchanges became regular events, fostering a sense of unity and shared purpose among the diverse population of Luna Prime. Elena found solace in these moments of connection, recognizing that true strength lay not just in technological advancements or military prowess, but in the bonds forged between individuals and communities. Friendships deepened, old alliances were strengthened, and the colony thrived as a beacon of resilience and cooperation. Despite the progress, unforeseen challenges arose. The destabilization of the Xarathian mothership had inadvertently triggered disturbances in the surrounding asteroid belt, creating hazardous conditions for navigation and mining operations. New asteroid fragments threatened the stability of nearby colonies, necessitating swift and coordinated responses to mitigate the risks. The colony's engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to develop new shielding technologies and predictive models to navigate the altered asteroid landscape. The collaboration between human and Xarathian experts proved invaluable, as they combined their knowledge and skills to address the multifaceted challenges that emerged. These efforts not only ensured the safety of Luna Prime, but also strengthened the technological bond between the two civilizations. As the colony moved forward, Elena reflected on the journey they had undertaken. The battle for survival had transformed Luna Prime from a fledgling colony into a thriving hub of interstellar cooperation. The moral ambiguities and ethical dilemmas they had faced had taught them the importance of compassion, understanding, and the relentless pursuit of peace. In the quiet moments, she pondered the true cost of their victory and the lessons learned. The scars of war remained, but so did the resilience and adaptability that had carried them through the darkest of times. The alliance with Xarthak and his people symbolized a new era of collaboration, one that prioritized mutual respect and the shared goal of a sustainable future. As Luna Prime continued to rebuild and expand, new opportunities for exploration and discovery arose. Joint missions were launched to explore neighboring star systems, uncovering ancient technologies and forging new pathways for interstellar diplomacy. The spirit of humanity, resonated through these endeavors, a testament to the indomitable human spirit and its capacity to overcome even the most formidable of challenges. The colony stood as a shining example of what could be achieved when resilience, ingenuity, and compassion converged. The complexities of their journey had woven a rich tapestry of alliances, sacrifices, and triumphs that would shape the future of humanity and its newfound allies. The path ahead was uncertain, but the foundation of trust and cooperation they had built provided a solid base from which to navigate the ever-expanding horizons of the cosmos. Elena stood on the observation deck once more, gazing out at the horizon where the sun set in a glorious display of color. The colony thrummed with life below, a harmonious blend of human and Xarathian efforts working in unison. The journey had been arduous, filled with both victory and loss, but the spirit of Luna Prime remained unbroken. The resolution of their immediate conflict had paved the way for a future where humanity could not only survive, but also thrive amidst the stars. The lessons learned from their struggle were etched into the very fabric of the colony, guiding their steps towards a brighter, more cooperative existence. The aftermath of war had been a crucible that forged a stronger, more united community, ready to face whatever challenges the universe might present. As night descended, the lights of Luna Prime shimmered like stars in their own right, a beacon of hope and resilience in the vast expanse of space. The colony stood as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit, its story a narrative of survival, adaptation, and the unyielding quest for peace and understanding. The journey of Luna Prime had reached its resolution, but the true story of humanity's place among the stars was just beginning. The quiet dawn wrapped Luna Prime in a serene embrace, the first light gently illuminating the colony's rebuilt sectors. The air hummed with the subtle sounds of reconstruction, a harmonious blend of human and Xarathian efforts working in unison. Captain Elena Ramirez stood on the observation deck, her gaze sweeping over the bustling activities below. The colony, once a battleground, now thrived as a symbol of resilience and cooperation. Ambassador Xarthak approached, his presence embodying the fragile alliance they had forged. Together, they watched as engineers integrated alien technology into the colony's infrastructure, enhancing defenses and promoting sustainable growth. The collaboration had not only strengthened Luna Prime's capabilities, but it also fostered a deeper understanding between the two civilizations. The shared goal of survival had bridged cultural divides, laying the foundation for a hopeful future. Dr. Aisha Khan moved through the medical bay, overseeing the distribution of the life-saving vaccine. The success of her research had saved countless lives, and her dedication had become a beacon of hope for the colonists. The vaccine rollout had been met with gratitude and relief, a testament to humanity's unwavering commitment to saving lives amidst chaos. Her work continued to advance, ensuring that Luna Prime remained a bastion of health and resilience. As the colony settled into a rhythm of rebuilding, a sense of cautious optimism permeated the air. Memorials honoring fallen heroes, like Lieutenant Marcus Lee, stood as poignant reminders of the sacrifices made for survival. The community rallied together, finding strength in their shared experiences and the bonds forged in the crucible of war. Friendships deepened and new alliances blossomed, creating a tapestry of unity that transcended species boundaries. Yet, beneath the surface of this newfound peace, whispers of unease began to circulate. Strange signals emanated from deep space, their origins unknown, and their implications uncertain. Scientists worked tirelessly to decipher the messages, uncovering fragmented data that hinted at the presence of an even more formidable force observing their every move. The discovery ignited a mixture of awe and apprehension, as the colony grappled with the possibility of encountering unprecedented challenges. Elena convened a council meeting, addressing the colony and their Xarathian allies with a voice both steady and contemplative. "We have achieved a remarkable victory and forged an alliance that stands as a testament to our resilience and capacity for cooperation. However, the universe is vast and filled with unknowns. These new signals suggest that our journey is far from over, and we must remain vigilant and prepared for whatever lies ahead." Ambassador Xarthak nodded in agreement, his expression reflecting the gravity of the situation. The signals indicate the presence of an advanced civilization, one that could either pose a threat or offer opportunities for further collaboration. We must approach this discovery with both caution and an open mind, leveraging our strengths to navigate the complexities it presents. As the council deliberated, a collective sense of determination settled over Luna Prime. The colony had proven its ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity, embodying the essence of humanity's indomitable spirit. The challenges they had overcome had only strengthened their resolve, preparing them for the uncertainties that lay ahead. In the quiet moments that followed, Elena reflected on the journey they had undertaken. The battles fought, the alliances formed, and the lives lost had all contributed to shaping Luna Prime into a beacon of hope and resilience. She understood that their story was just beginning, with new chapters waiting to be written among the stars. As night descended, the lights of Luna Prime shimmered against the backdrop of the cosmos, a testament to the enduring strength and limitless potential of the human spirit. The colony stood ready to embrace the future, united in their quest for survival, understanding, and the unyielding belief that humanity could face any challenge the universe might present. A distant star twinkled in the vast expanse, its light a silent promise of the adventures yet to come. The legacy of Luna Prime was etched into the fabric of space, a narrative of courage, collaboration, and the unwavering drive to explore and understand the unknown. The journey of humanity had only just begun, and the stars awaited their next bold step.